Yeah, so 2 for 2 tonight. I just kind of needed a. You ever had one of those blah days? You just feel kind of blah. I had one of those. Let me set up my timer again. I know I'm not going too crazy, but at least this should be a little easier on my hands. Alright, so in the last time we played Thronebreakers, Queen Meve regained her castle. Unfortunately, her son died regardless of who I sent. When he saw the Rivian forces coming, he opened the gate and someone literally gutted him like a fish. He literally died gurgling in his mother's hands as he was trying to tell her to forgive me. It was kind of sad. I was hoping if I send one dude versus the other, Gascon versus I can't remember the stuffy dude right now. It would save him, and it did not. He died. It's one of those like scripted things that no matter what you do, the character's gonna die. There is no saving him, unless maybe I'm doing the bad gameplay, which that could be a possibility too. That no matter how I do, he dies. So we'll keep playing forward. We're now, she drove off the Rivians. The main bad guy fled, and now we are doing a favor to our old boy from that town that was burning. That he got that lady of the night pregnant, and we helped him, leave town. So she's now helping, trying to liberate the rest of the kingdoms. Go that way. Definitely. Oh, yeah, there's some stuff in the camp. Okay. So people to talk to. There is tons of stuff going on. Reports. Okay. Enemy armies in tatters, fleeing south towards border. Movement chaotic, uncoordinated, suggests no contact with command. Square-tailed commandos also in retreat to east towards the Dol Blatana. Platano? No, I was kidding. Without Nilfgaardian support, elves slaughtered by Ardenians whenever caught. Emperor preparing for peace summit. Report indicates willingness to make far-reaching concessions. Last bastion of enemy resistance, fortress in Aldenburg. Remains troops guarding to let the general arm Abe die. He refuses all calls to capture. Okay. Your Highness, we deeply regret to inform you that Captain Tabias, who provided us with invaluable information for the Nilfgaardian occupied capital, was unmasked and beheaded after 3 days of intensive torture. While leaving the city, the invaders took with them his family, a wife and 2 children, 12 and 7 of age. Their fate remains unknown. Oh, that sucks. Okay, Your Majesty, good tidings from the Western Front. The combined forces of Temeria, Camden, and Redanian have soundly defeated the Nilfgaardians Brennan. The Empire lost nearly 40,000 soldiers, and Marshal Corridon has vanished without a trace. Among center it is disarray as King Falter is forcing the enemy from Temeria's lands. The Emperor has expressed readiness for truce. Negotiation victory is close at hand. So they're resisting at this point. Okay, so that's the letters. Alright, let's see what folks got to say. Oh, lots of storytelling.
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
The war's near its end. The future, what does it hold for you, Isbel? Wise counsel will always find a place at my court.
A tempting offer, Mom. So be it. I shall stay. But I've one condition. You're never to force me to wear shoes.
These terms I can agree to.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Duty calls. I must go.
Of course. Should you need me, I'll be here.
She's practically a druid.
Yes, Your Grace?
The war nears its end. What next for Reynard Odo?
Whatever you command, Your Grace. Is something amiss, my lady?
I wish to be more than your queen.
To be perfectly blunt, I've no wish to give you orders anymore.
Your Grace? Would you wish me to leave? Remove me from the court?
No, Reynard. I'd wish you to stay. But I'd no longer wish to be your queen alone. Do you catch my meaning?
I do, Maeve.
Aww.
I do.
Aww. Please don't fucking die. I'm gonna be so pissed if he dies too. Aww.
It's time I attended to other matters.
I mean, he has always been there for her. Never turned his back on her.
Hey ho, how's my favourite queen in the north?
Listen, I'd wish to speak again of...
Wait, I know what of, and you know it's a topic I'd rather not dwell on.
It won't help to let those thoughts fester.
And what would help? Barring a magical leap into the past, of course. Maeve, believe me, I've shed tears enough for my family. I've no need to think of it. No need to speak of it. And certainly not with you.
Oh. I mean, it's a rough subject to talk with her, for sure.
So, what awaits you now? What will you do?
Been contemplating it of late. Thought I might go back to the life of an outlaw. Not that I'd expect you to approve.
You're quite right, I wouldn't. It's why I wish to make certain you'll not feel tempted. Gascon, I hereby bestow upon you a number of estates near Scala.
What? Maeve? Damn it, I don't know what to say.
Ha! A first?
Thank you, Maeve. 1,000 thanks.
You know, he literally has paid his debt like over and over again. And, you know, in a lot of cases, and you see this in many circumstances, you know, when people have their creature comforts taken away from them, they resort to survival, which it's not usually black and white. I mean, if the man has, you know, he had nothing tied down to him, so he could be as free as he wanted to. But at least with an estate, you know, he has something to care about, something to kind of put his family name back on it again, something to be proud of. So yeah, so she is literally keeping him from robbing her down the line. But to be honest, she is repaying for his kindness and his dedication, even though he, you know, her husband slaughtered his family. He's just kind of over it. So, I mean, this is a really nice ending.
'Tis I who should thank you. With all my heart. It's time I attended to other matters. Farewell.
This is a good way they're wrapping this game up.
Huh? What is it now?
The war nears its end.
Sadly,
Sadly, why?
I'm not dead.
I survived.
Ah!
Again.
Ah!
Rebuild your land, Queen. Enjoy your life. Me and my men, we'll be moving on.
Arnulf, in Lyria and Rivia, your past matters not. Nor does your shame. Stay.
What about after? What do I tell my ancestors when the time comes? I yearn to sit at their table, lass, and drink mead in their company, so go I must.
Fair. He's practically a motherfucking Viking is what he is.
So long, Arnulf.
Always good to see the Queen. How can I help you?
Our conversation in Mahakam. Do you recall it? When you resolved to join my force, leave your homeland.
Of course. Clear as day, that. You saved me and my clan. I'm in your debt. Will be for some time.
Well, we've won the war. And you had a hand in the victory. Heavily so. As I see it, you've more than repaid your debt.
Feeling a wee bit choked up, as King Desmond said when an assassin's bolt ran clear through his esophagus. Come here and give us a squeeze.
Ah!
Later, perhaps. But Gabor, Any plans for what comes next?
Ha! I wasn't expecting to have this chat, so I'm a bit caught with my knickers down past my knees.
War's over, but we've much left to do. Our relations with non-humans, for instance. I mean to improve them. And I think you could help, Gabor, greatly so.
Meaning, you'd like me to stay in your court? I'd see it as an honour, Your Majesty. An honour true.
Nice.
We shall return to this conversation later.
No skin off my back. We seeing each other, Your Grace.
Nice. I have a feeling if I would have kept the gnome, he probably, because I left all that money, he would have probably eventually gone back and dealt with all that stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to make friends out here. It's just me and the cats. I gotta talk to normal people. I actually finally got to meet my coworkers the other day. I was like, whoa, you people are real. What?
Oh, look, 'tis Meave, slayer of the Blacklands. Long live the Queen! Just watch and wait. I wager you'll chase the Emperor himself off the throne.
Nice. Not bad, Meave. You destroyed an army. You got yourself a brand new husband. Hey, maybe it might not be too late to have another son. Hopefully she won't die in, labor. All soldiers in service to the Nilfgaardian Empire are hereby ordered to promptly head to Aldersburg. The defense of this castle is vital to our planned counter-offensive. Failure to comply with this order will result in punishment impartial and of particular severity. Duke Al blah blah blah, Commander of the East. A couple of Guardians are still left.
The Lyrian army had grown into a great serpent. So much so that riding at the column's tail, Meave could not see its head. Footmen, cavalry, and archers stretched like a glistening snake between two horizons. Meave had come a long way indeed, and she felt proud. Suddenly, Meave heard angry cries and the clash of steel against steel, all at the column's front.
Those ranks! To the left! Man's left! Support the flank!
Meave drew her sword, spurred her horse, and galloped forward along the line of troops. Then, through the swirling battle dust, she spotted shimmering golden suns.
Alright, so shortened battle. Heat of battle once with the old wounds lasting trauma, blah blah blah. Okay.
Surround them!
New orders? No?
Okay, so what is it you do? Damage an enemy by the number of allied units. Once an ally is destroyed, flee the battlefield. Alright.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what? Hundred and one, 102, 103.
Eat that potato, man. Okay, so...
152, 154.
Is that kickers? Alright, so what can I do right now? Alright, I don't want to waste my... Oh, I'm done. Ah, it's okay, I can hold his action the next time.
What you looking at?
Get rid of that guy. I'm a fan of that dude. Alright. I only got one card.
Hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
Off to the front yet
Oh,
again.
I hate that card. It's all I got. What a waste of a card. I think I'll be okay. What do you think? Okay, let's see. Who should I bring out?
I'll relieve you of that pouch. Got a death wish?
Ooh,
My favourite cut of lamb?
guess I attacked myself. There's not much I can do.
Looking to dance, eh?
I was hoping I could hold her action, but it didn't matter. I don't care if I kill those guys.
Mercy! Give mercy!
Decimated your ass.
Normally disciplined, determined to an extreme, these Nilfgaardians quickly broke rank and ran.
Deserters! Leaderless, your grace.
A scout reported.
Headed south they was, towards the frontier.
Chained prisoners now sat along the dusty road. Niamh stopped in front of one. He was ragged and unshaven. Flies had taken an interest in his poorly bandaged hand.
Oof.
Spotting the Queen, he lowered his head and quivered with terror.
I know you take us for savages,
Began Niamh, her gaze passing over several scraggy black-clads.
but fear not. We shan't flay you alive nor eat you for dinner. And when a truce is signed, you'll be sent home, where I most sincerely hope you'll stay this time.
As the Queen mounted her horse, she barely concealed a grimace. Her thighs were sore and chafed, her hands raw from the reins. But she bit her lip and rode on, for the prize was now very near.
Was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke. Was in Aldersburg when it fell. Broke my heart, that did. But not complete. Now we'll take it back.
Look at all this money that I don't need no more. How do I get back there? I'll find a way. Wait, there was something back here. Okay, Your Majesty, a boat used by the Nilfgaardians to haul looted goods has crashed into the span of the bridge. We can attempt to fish the valuables, but the current dangerously strong. Our soldiers will be at risk. Pay the villagers. Telling you, there's gotta be a way back here. Okay, maybe through here? I clearly have a way to get back there. Okay, this seems like a path. Probably, yeah. Well, the land's pretty decimated. It has been bombarded to death, for the most part. Okay, my lady, as you can see, the residents of Aedirn are given every effort to rebuild the ruined home, yet the lack of proper materials. They ask if you're willing to trade lumber in exchange of items. Yes, please give it to them. I mean, I ain't doing shit. I got 11,000. Give him all the stuff. These are my peoples. Pretty much just walking around looting and giving money away.
The good mothers guided you to victory. Nilfgaard angered the gods. Too much pride in them, not enough humility.
The cemetery, one of many, have appeared in the area. Most of the dead have not been identified. The graves unnamed. Our soldiers have requested that we light candles in their honor. Are you willing to set aside a sum of coffins? Yes. Take the fucking money. It keeps my men happy. Wait. See you.
Niamh was listening to a scout's report when screams suddenly burst from the prisoner transport. In a moment, Niamh bore witness to a truly macabre sight. The Nilfgaardian captives, to whom she had recently been merciful, lay dead, massacred in cold blood among the camp's tents.
Blast it all.
Sighed the queen, looking at the bloodied corpses. Those responsible for the deed, peasants from the quarry at Ravencloft, Niamh had welcomed into her ranks. The harm they'd endured from Nilfgaardians wielding whips. This was what had festered in their hearts and minds. The Rivians couldn't accept that their oppressors had gone unpunished. So they took matters into their own hands, in defiance of the queen.
There's fiends, not folk,
cried the peasants, now armed and in uniform.
They was owed this, plain and simple.
It had been justice by a mob, and Niamh knew it should not go unpunished. Yet at the last, ignoring her advisor's counsel, she left the former slaves' fate for their commanders to decide. For the queen had grown weary of choosing between two evils, each one darker than the other.
She's burned out. She's tired. She doesn't want to deal with it. I don't blame her. She's done. And now, you know, these people are angry. The one year is in, and the black clouds flees with tails between their legs. The time has come to raise her homeland for the ashen rubble. To those who yet live, take up a hammer, a saw, and axes. Roll your sleeve and set to work. The nation is building its home. Yeah, I did not want to make the decision on that. I hate those ethical decisions sometimes. Because no matter what you do, there's always a winner, there's always a loser. Even if you try to do right, you know, it's good to say turn the other cheek, but it's really hard. It's really hard when they've done this much harm and they destroy these many people to try to be the better person. It's just hard. There is no other way around it. Oh, I see the I want to see the wedding between Reynard and the Queen. I like that she is addressing him as an equal, no longer as his queen. That's his, yeah. That's really sweet.
Niamh noticed one of her scouts, a certain Corporal Larkin, halt his mount and train his gaze on the woods.
Your Grace, I thought I heard something, could have sworn. A whisper, maybe, but... nothing now. It's all gone quiet. I think I might have imagined it, in fact.
Imagined?
Niamh placed her hand on his shoulder.
No one has sharper senses than you. If you claim to have heard something, it's worth a closer look.
Corporal Larkin saluted, then rode past the trees. Suddenly in shadow, he keenly scanned his surroundings. Something caught his attention. He dismounted, then brushed aside ferns, exposing tracks made in the mud.
Your Majesty!
He shouted, quickly turning towards the road.
Sound the alarm! It's Scoia'tael!
An arrow whisked through the air, pierced his throat, and suddenly silenced him. Then the forest came alive with cries in the Elder tongue. Elves on the attack.
This is where Rayla would have come in handy. But, short on battle. Niamh cursed under her breath. The Scoia'tael hatred no bounds. The war had already been lost. Nilfgaard, who had supported their cause against Northern Kingdom, had retreated beyond the Yaruga. By attacking the Queen's army, the elves must have known there stood nothing to gain. That is, other than head to the enemy's Diones. Well, that guy did have the sharpest senses. Now he's pretty fucking dead.
It's a trap! 2 arms!
Show me the coin or sod off.
Now. Let me see. Damage a unit by 2. If you already boosted, damage it by 6. Guess who you can use?
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
I smell a leak.
Fire.
None shall tread on us!
Oh, I hate that part. Yeah, what is it? Whenever a non-elf unit boosts its by 2. Let's wait on him real quick.
Oh no.
I'm bringing you out. Nothing to do right now.
will see who is weak.
What you looking at?
I still got that action pending.
Have strength, my love.
See, after 2 turns for entire damage and adjacent, you live at 6. If any were destroyed, move to the other side of the battlefield. Okay. Good luck. I'll pass on this time around.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Renna, stop! We surrender!
Let's see. Who's our allies by 2?
The Scoia'tael fighters stood no chance against Meve. When the sounds of battle finally ceased, the Queen, victorious, tossed aside her arrow-studded shield. She then ordered the commando's leader brought before her. She'd expected a ranter who would turn up his nose, spit in her face, and cry, "Death to all Dwan!" But the bloodied elf before her was no arrogant firebrand. He averted his gaze, and his lips gently trembled.
Youthful you look, elf. How many summers to you? 30? More?
27, my lady.
Oh, he's really young. Holy shit, he's practically a kid in Elven time.
27. A wonderful age. A shame to die so young.
I beg you, Renna. For mercy, I ask. If not for me, then at the least for...
For? Who are you protecting?
Mercy? You jest. You wait in ambush, come at us like bandits, and now you dare ask for mercy.
She's protecting somebody.
It was no ambush.
Don't play me for a fool. I know what I saw, and am no stranger to warcraft.
It's not you we wished to fight. Sverre.
Then who killed Corporal Larkin, Werebubs?
When we saw you on the high road, we fell back and hid in the wood. We wanted you to pass. Your scout's hearing, very keen. He heard something, then spotted our tracks. You must understand. We had no choice.
You might have surrendered excuses. Is that what you offer? I mean, the honest truth is, if you really did not intend... Well, the thing is... I understand, but I cannot forgive. Excuses is... If technically the best option right here, excuses, is that what you offer. You might have surrendered, but there's a reason why they're not surrendering. So...
You know you might have surrendered.
Like Dristan's commando. Is that what you mean?
Like...
They laid down their arms before an Edirnian general, who ordered them hanged. One and all. If we're to die, we prefer to die bows and swords in hand.
That's fair.
Why are you here? Were you to rescue Epdahi?
Rescue someone? No, Renna. We flee. The Nilfgaardians have realized they'll lose the war and have renounced us. Without their support, we stand no chance. Demavend has loosed his hounds. They hunt our units one by one. He's offered 50 gold pieces for the head of each Scoia'tael.
Ooh.
It's the same in Temeria and Kedwen, if not worse.
Wow, so they're... Okay. So... Yeah, I'm still at the part of the book where the Scoia'tael start doing their thing, and in the Witcher book, I really need to finish that. I'm like halfway. I read painfully slow because I really like to digest my books. So they're literally being hunted down. Not that the Guardians don't need to use them anymore. They're just hunting them down.
We wished to join with your Veth's unit, flee together as far as we could. It was our last hope.
Why do you tell me all this?
Because you listen still. You've not ordered me killed, so you've clearly a heart. Eseth Aina Edu. I beg you, so few of us remain, all tired, all wounded. We pose no threat. Let us leave your realm. Let us flee.
Did you kill my fucking sniper? You know, I'm trying to build better relations with non-humans. If I turn him over to Denovan, I'm kind of opposing that because he's just a kid. He's just trying to flee. There's really no threat. We literally decimated them. Can this come back to hunt us? Yes, but maybe they might consider joining us in the future, since we're gonna start having diplomatic with non-humans to help build our country up. So I think I'm just gonna let him go. It might be a bad thing, but I'm gonna let him go.
Enough senseless killing for one day. So be it. You're free to leave.
My man might be pissed off or whatever.
I don't know how to thank you.
Make certain I don't ever regret this decision. 'Twould be thanks enough.
I thank you for your compassion towards me and all my folk.
Meave personally unfastened the prisoner's chains as her Lyrians looked on in silence. They did not approve, this was clear. Their displeasure was palpable.
She just saw her son die. It's one of those things where at some point it's enough is enough. And she's at the point where now she's like, these are just people trying to leave. They're just trying to leave. She wasn't even trying to kill the guys before that. She was just like, just go home. I won. Go home. Get out. That's all she's trying to do. Get the fuck out. Let my people be. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Translated to Elder speech. Father, Nilfgaardian has betrayed us. They told the Northlands our position exposed all of our hideouts. The peace treaty will contain no guarantee for amnesty for those surrendering arms. You know what that means. We must flee to the northern realms. Take your entire commander to the agreed upon location as fast as you can. I will wait a week, then move east. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows how that might end up? Maybe it might hunt us later on. But you know what? Again, she's done. You know, she's done. So, and it happens. Right now, we're just simply looking at people rebuilding. This is just closing out the last chapter. Now that the war's done, what do you want to do? What you got there? Master Nilfgaardians, the time when you could demand, require, and expect that comes to an end. My payment is non-negotiable, not the amount nor the currency. Your florins are now worthless than Sudarian coppers. I give you until tomorrow. After that, safe passage to the border will no longer be possible due to Queen Maeve's approach from the south. So someone was helping them trying to escape. Good lord. Look at this.
We will lean all on you. Treat yourself to our new view.
At your side, Majesty. Side by side, we'll kick those blackclads across the Yoruba.
Is there anywhere else I can go? No, that's it. That's neat, this little effects.
The Lyrian corps neared Aldersburg, and it could not have been on a more idyllic day. The sun shone, birds sang, trees rustled in a light breeze. But Meave saw it as she had at the war's start. Walls illumined by a fire's glow, the cries of fleeing civilians, the stench of burning flesh.
Such a beautiful day for a massacre.
As on that day, Aldersburg was under siege. But this time, Eden's flags fluttered in the field, while Nilfgaard's tattered sons crowned the fort's towers. The Queen found Demoven's tent without difficulty. Made of sheets of silk edged with silver thread, it positively shone.
Seems the realm's restored to a virtuous path,
muttered Meve.
Aha! There she is! Queen Meve, savior of the North, the Sun Slayer.
Mockery I don't appreciate.
I wouldn't dare. Not my words, those. You've been painted thus in song. Master Dandelion himself wrote a ballad.
He has.
The Battle for the Bridge.
He did.
If you take the bard at his word, you're as fierce with a blade as any witcher.
Is that jealousy I hear?
Believe it or not, Gerald actually, a couple of times he, if I remember correctly, he actually expressed a little bit of admiration at her fighting. Because you don't fuck with her. She's one of the few queens that actually goes to the fields and fights, like, just as good as any dude.
To be perfectly honest, Meve, it is. For I hadn't the pluck, nor resolve. And when all the North tucked tail, went to shite, you alone stepped up and bared your fangs. Let it be a lesson for the future to us all.
She was pissed.
A lesson for the future? What do you mean?
My dear, this war won't change a bloody thing, you know. Nilfgaard will be Nilfgaard, the North, the North. We'll sign a truce, the Blackclads will turn tail towards home, but the old borders don't satisfy us so.
I'm perfectly satisfied with them, thank you. And I just wish other folk would respect them too.
You're one hell of a warrior.
Uh-oh.
But you're no strategist at all. Your perspective, you've got to broaden it. Nilfgaard, we cannot allow it to regain strength and spirit, else we'll face another invasion within a decade or two. Measures are required. Preventive, preemptive, whatever the learned call it. Build an army, a vast one. Wait in ambush. And when they least expect it, break their bloody spine. Just think if we were to join forces.
So he's asking her to do, you know, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You're gonna try to take over us, man. But he didn't do shit. He wants her because she's a fucking badass. But if she doesn't, I mean, he has a point. I mean, they done it once. They're gonna do it again. They got the cojones to do it. But the thing is, he ain't doing shit. He's an old man that's got a toddler now. So she is free as a bird with future king and no son. So she's practically back in her 20s again. Just think we were on... yeah.
Enough. I don't wish to hear it. Won't even entertain the thought.
She's done. She's done with war. She is done.
I'll help you take Aldersburg. But then I'll go home, where, God's willing, I'll live to a ripe old age.
As you wish. We can mount the assault at any time, but...
But?
My scouts report a small Nilfgaardian force approaching from the south. They've stayed off the roads, moved only under the cover of night, escorting someone.
Who?
I've no notion. Could be a mage. Devilishly unpredictable, that lot. Could wreak havoc in our ranks. Either way, before we rush at the walls, we must make certain they don't reach Aldersburg at all.
I shall see to it.
Are you sure? You've just arrived. Must be weary after the long journey.
An understatement if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
But I wish all this to be over, quickly.
Meve set out after the Nilfgaardians immediately, a cavalry escort in tow. Her unmatched scouts, who had led the army through the mountains of Mahakam and Angron swamps, quickly found the enemy's trail.
This way, Your Grace! It's not far now!
That very same day, Meve's force caught up to the mysterious black-clad unit. Lyrian riders surrounded the foe, forcing the Nilfgaardians to halt. All fell so quiet, the creaking of taut Lyrian bowstrings could be discerned.
The common tongue. Which of you knows it?
I do, Your Majesty.
You also know who you deal with, I see. What is your name?
Kaldvin, Your Majesty.
At last. A Nilfgaardian name I can pronounce. So, Kaldwin. It seems this war will reach its end in 2 days' time at the most. 'Twould be silly to die today, wouldn't you agree?
It would, milady.
Precisely. I've spilled enough blood. I've lost the appetite for more. So, provided you don't give me a good reason to kill you, you'll walk away with your lives. Now tell me. You carry something for General Ebdahi. What is it?
A letter.
Urgent to the point of insanity, it must be. Who wrote it? The dear Madam Ebdahi?
No, Your Majesty. The Emperor.
Whoa.
My. A letter from Emir himself. You must be an important person. A noble, or... Yet your uniform is simple, with no discernible distinctions. Who are you truly, Kaldwin? A spy?
A simple messenger, Your Majesty.
Don't lie. I know messengers, how they travel. Alone, armorless atop a swift steed. You're escorted by cavalry of the heavy sort.
For I often carry orders the recipients don't wish to perform, thus the escort.
Give me the letter.
I've sworn to deliver it to General Ebdahi, or to die in the quest to do so.
Very well. My translator shall read this letter, then return it to you. You shall break no vow, and who knows? You might even survive.
And if I refuse?
I'll kill you.
Guess.
So be it. I accept your offer.
Meave's translator cracked the seal and read. And as he read, his eyes grew wide as saucers.
Uh-oh.
Then he whispered in the Queen's ear.
Truly. And you're certain you're not mistaken? The wonders of this world. Kaldwin, consider this your lucky day. I allow you to complete your mission, with one proviso.
And that is?
That when you hand him the letter, you will give the General my regards.
As Kaldwin and escort set off towards Aldersburg, the Lyrian soldiers looked at their queen with disbelief. To leave a Nilfgaardian to fulfill a secretive task. Meave failed to stifle a rather mean laugh. They'll understand tomorrow, she thought. General Ebdahi had prefaced Lyria's and Rivia's invasion with a series of arrogant demands. The Nilfgaardian had been impudent, as he had felt sure he'd achieve a quick and decisive victory. Yet several months on, he too received an ultimatum. One signed by Emperor Emir var Emreis himself. The missive was concise and left no room for interpretation. With General Ebdahi dead, the Nilfgaardian army descended into chaos. The kings of the north, united, took advantage and struck at the foe. Their victory was complete. The Nordling forces cheered their commanders and monarchs, but for none so vehemently as the one queen among them. Many dream of achieving the impossible. Meave had done it. Through wit, determination, and boldness, she had thwarted the Nilfgaardian invasion. The queen would rule for many more years.
Yes, she did.
Stern, yet ever just.
Ah! So a lass saved the North from the Blackclads?
That is one way to put it.
Well, I'll be damned. And a chap, she find herself one in the end?
Leave it be. Bloke's been spinning the tale all night. Story's done. Time we got some shut-eye.
Yes. Particularly as we've yet a long road before us.
Phew. Throat must be parched as old leather after all that. Except, I'm itching to know what happened to the lot of them. Reynard, Gascon.
Very well. Whom shall we start with? Willem? A pawn, a tool in others' hands. Most, if not all, had seen him thus. Yet in the end, he proved his worth soundly. Though he'd started the war a traitor, he perished in the fray a hero, and would be remembered as such. Having settled in Rivia, Gascon embarked on a life worthy of his noble origins. In doublet and ruff, he looked to his ample fields and livestock in daytime, attended banquets and feasts come the eve. And then one night, he grabbed his bow and quiver, saddled his favorite mount, and disappeared without a trace.
Oh, Gascon.
As news of the Nordling victory filtered south, Nilfgaard's inhabitants greeted it with disbelief. Returning Imperial soldiers told stories of Lyria's cruel queen, who murdered prisoners and sullied sacred laws. They referred to her as Gvaeldet, the bloodthirsty one.
That's fine. I can live with
the
this.
advent of peace, tensions waned. Lyria's and Rivia's disparate races seemed to live harmoniously, side by side. The Queen pressed for new laws aimed at curbing oppression. They were a step towards more enlightened rule, yet sadly were habitually broken. And Meve? As I said, she ruled with an iron hand, not fist. Reynard ever at her side, tempering, supportive. No longer a general and trusted advisor, he had to the Queen become something more. Much, much more. And now, if you'd allow me...
Of course. Leave him be, lads. Let him get some rest. Till the time comes for the next tale.
Okay. That was pretty good. That was really good. Yay. Alright, you know, all in all, it took me a year to play this game. I literally just set it to the side because I wanted to get further into the books, and I'm kind of really happy that I did. I didn't want to have any spoilers. The story made a lot more sense in my head because I know all the stuff that's going on in the background with Geralt and Jennifer and Ciri. They were, as you're reading through the books, you hear the murmurs of what's going on with the war, and you get to encounter different characters that are fighting the war. So it's kind of good to see this from the point of view of the Queen. This was a really good fucking game. I most definitely must want to play this. I would want to play this again. It was tons of fun. Good ending. I really hate the fact that Willem died. I wonder if this is a way to rescue him. Definitely I need to probably try to keep Rayla. It's gonna be hard. And Denholm, I don't regret letting him go because it's just it just economically makes sense. And I have a feeling that even if I put in the money, eventually at the end he would have gone back to that town and pretty much helped rebuild them. But he didn't want to be part of this anymore. He was just as burned out on blood as the Queen was, and he wasn't even fighting. He was just trying to excuse me, trying to just kind of get out of it and just trying to live life. So yeah, this was really good. I truly has earned his like the 9.5 out of 10. Good story. I'm really happy with my purchase. Like I said, I bought this last year for Christmas. It was like $10, and yes, highly recommend. Yes, absolutely loved it. I really need to go back and play the Wild Hunt and play a lot of those. I haven't had a chance to go back and play The Witcher again. I got the bad ending the first time. It took me almost a year to play that game. Let's see, locations and engagement options. Oh, yeah, I finished one of the games. Yay! Now I need to finish Days Gone. I'm just gonna let the credits run. I always like to give credits when they're due. I know a couple friends that work in the gaming industry. It is a lot of labor, and unfortunately with so many games, people just kind of just gulp all this content and they don't take the time to really appreciate it. So I always like to at least make sure at the end I play the credits to give people where credit is due. But all in all, I am not disappointed. I am not. Plus, it's a good break for me from the other games because it's just point and click versus me destroying my hands. I do have some injuries, especially my drawing hands, so I like games like this that allows me to just kind of like click and point. I'd definitely be looking for more story-driven games like this. Maybe I'll try to play some Gwyneth. I do enjoy some card games. I'm in debating whether to start playing Magic Online. They used to have it on Steam, but they took it down. I think they now do it all through their website. But yeah, I am super stoked. This made me really happy. Totally worth it. Additional audio. This is a fairly good sized team. I really like the maps. Additional story, additional programming, additional Q&A. Galaxy team. Wow, there was a couple teams that work on this. Yeah, I think the writers from... He's Polish? Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, so this is the last book I'm on. There's actually 7 more. CD Projekt Red, they are on Poland. Let's see. It's got the stuff about the writer. The only thing that I hate is that now they put Netflix Witcher book. I'm like, no, we don't talk about the Netflix edition. The first season wasn't too bad. The second season just pissed me off to no end. I'm a huge Witcher fan. So that really upset me when they just botched the characters. They added stuff that didn't exist. After this, I'm probably going to purchase the comics. There's a couple comics out there. I don't know anything about the comics. I'm assuming there are additional side stories that they made. I believe they're done by Black Horse or Dark Horse. But yeah, that's on my to purchase books next. Let me see. Yeah, Polish voiceovers. Yeah, but Rayla, if I remember in the book, I think I can't remember if she died or she escaped. Hold on. Oh, give me a second. Rayla, The Witcher. Let me see. Yeah, she was kind of a tomboy. Let's see. She's half elf. Let's see. Officer. Rayla, known for first as a black Rayla and later as white Rayla, was neutrally born soldier and veteran. Wait, she was known as white Rayla? I must have missed that part of the story. Let's see. Second Northern War broke out. Blah blah blah. Proceeded. Informed Queen Maeve. Yeah, no, Rayla's kind of a badass, but the situation that we were on. Yeah, I definitely need to go back and play this game because I vaguely remember her. So that's what she looks like in the game. But it depends what path you take. You might end up with Rayla as a companion. I do have to say, this is probably my favorite rendition of Rayla, because the other ones that I've seen of her are kind of meh. There's a mutated Rayla. There's the Rayla where she's fighting. Yeah. Yeah, but she did die in the game. I remember that. Wow, it's still going. This is a lot of credits. Still going. Alright, it looks like the soundtrack might be ending. No. I would have to say the soundtrack is pretty good on this. Let's see, Chinese location, Chinese voiceovers. Alright, let's keep going. I just want to see if there's something at the end, because I don't want to skip it and then I miss something. Mobile. There's a mobile version of this? Well, I mean, that will make sense. Yeah, I finished it. I'm not sure who's watching, but I finished it. It was a good ending. German, French, Spanish, Italian. Man, they're really Russian. Well, this game's been out for a couple years, so I'm not surprised. Latin American, Spanish, Brazilian, Portuguese. Let's see. Business development. CD Projekt Asia. Global production. I can't pronounce half of these names. I'm not even gonna bother. Marketing. Marketed creative team. Promo art and design direction, graphic designers. At least they gave good graphic designers some props. Producer. Jesus, how long is these credits? Still going. I wonder if she becomes White Rayleigh here. Huh. Senior Events Manager, Junior Events Manager, DevOps. Back office, HR. Yeah. I wonder how they're holding right now, you know, because the studio's in Poland and everything that's going on with Russia. I mean, they're not that far away from all that mess. It's crazy what's going on. Recruitment, CDP, Red IT. Gotta have IT, I don't care what anybody says. Need to have systems, yep. Support specialist. CFO, Vice President, legal, yep. We need to have a legal team. Everybody get credit. You get credit. You get credit. Corporate governance, managing director, legal, accounting. Gotta get paid. I know people might not think they're important. Yes, they are, because you need to be able to balance everything and get paid. Pen accountant, information systems. Taxes. Wow, taxes. I guess that makes sense because they're operating in multiple countries, so they have to be able to pay taxes depending where they're at. Account records office, employment and payroll. Hey, I appreciate you peoples. Finance accounting. Nice. External development support. Illustrations. Studio. .3D. I wonder if they're getting to the animators. Yay, God, they're now getting to the animators. Fame Hunter, Dash Dog, Take One. These are the additional studios. When I tell you, it takes a lot of manpower to do a game. I'm not even kidding. The crazy part is that a lot of people are now complaining that games are like going from like $60 to $70. Like I remember when I was a kid, my dad would buy me a Nintendo, and keep in mind, Nintendo was like $300 in like the 80s. You think of how much that would cost today? It's almost the same as a PS3, PS5 for a Nintendo. And the games were like $50 in the 80s. So you're talking about like $120 game just for a game. So to today, I still have all my games from back in the day. I literally treasure them and I keep in a really safe spot. But eventually the price of games will have to go up because it's simply unsustainable. The cost of labor is going up, the cost of like material, equipment, because yes, it's a digital format, but it takes a lot of man hours to create something and test it. And and then you have the equipment. I mean, let's be honest, it's hard to find computer parts these days. That stuff's not getting any cheaper. Yeah, so it's one of those things where oh my God, it's one of those things that eventually I wouldn't be surprised we start seeing normalizing $70, $80 games. I know people are going to complain about it because they've gotten accustomed to the $50 to $60 range. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where there's going to be tiers of games if we're going to be going about that way. You're going to have the heavy set ones might be $80. The shorter games or smaller games might go for like $50, $60. But just to say you won these games for like 40, 30 bucks, it's just not sustainable. It is not possible. Gwen Pets. Alright, I think that's it. Is there anything else at the end? It feels like a Marvel movie. Is there anything? Does it just play the soundtrack? Game development team, game director, and there's still more. Wow, this is some long ass credits. Comic illustrations, Junior. Illustrators and concept artists. Yeah, it's funny. Like these are the actual workhorses, but they're all the way at the bottom. Oh my goodness, the art department. Oh yeah, don't forget about those guys. The art department. Technical art. Sound design, junior sound design. Story. Game design. Well, I guess the reason why the credits are so long is because I believe there might be more than one game in here. I need to check because I keep seeing the Gwinnett part online, so maybe there is more than one game and I'm missing it. Tools programmer, Unity programmer, Junior Tech programmer. Man, these are some long credits. Let's see. That's why this goes by. Let's see what other. Let's see. The Witcher. Comic list. Witcher series, deluxe edition. Let's see. So Witcher 1. Okay, so there's, let's see, that's weird. It's volume 1, volume 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there's 6 volumes of the Witcher comics. Yeah, if you ever get bored, look up what the original Witcher looked like back in like the 1993, 1995. It's kind of horrifying. So they have gone back in and they kind of redrawn the Witcher comics. Yeah, that's what it used to look like back in the day. It's crazy. So the new ones literally look more what you see in the game. And yeah. This apparently. Every once in a while, Dark Comics would just have the whole set for like on sale. But the last time they had it on sale, I was like moving, and I didn't get a chance to purchase it. Let's see, and it's a collection too. There's 10. I just want the graphic novels. Yeah, so there's technically 5 books in total. So it's the Witcher collection. There's a Witcher sampler, whatever that means. The Witcher omnibus. That's technically the first one. And then Witcher House of Glass. So what's the difference? There's a lot of... The Witcher for The Witcher fucks children. The Witcher, okay, fucks children. Okay, that might be based on the story on the last book. So there's a monster that what she does is, yeah, this looks like some of the stories from the book where I'm at right now, where there's a monster that kidnaps children, mainly half children, half elven children. And because these creatures cannot have, so instead of being werewolves, they're wolves that turn to a humanoid creature. And they kidnap half elven children to turn them into their own children. So once the child gets kidnapped, there is no way to get them back. Yes. So some of these look like they're based on the stories from the book. They're just illustrated, which is still kind of neat though. I like it. So I'll eventually pick all of them. But these credits keep going. They just keep going. Ah, is there anything else? I wish it was like a... Wow. But you know what? I'm just going to close that out because that's really fucking long. I played for 41 hours. I played pretty much a whole work week. So I got total time 40, quest completed 57, standard battle 1. I won 36. I finished 36 puzzles. They don't tell you out of how many. I found 30 out of 42. All crates found. Recruits comes pride, blah blah blah. That's not too bad. Multiplayer. Seb. Let's see. Oh. I'm not doing that right now. Takes me to another web page. Nope. Ah! No, I don't want to do this right now. Yeah, let's cancel that. All in all, I have to say, I am very pleased with this game. I have no complaints. If you're a Witcher fan like I am, you're gonna love it. And totally worth it. If you could get it on sale, get it. I really need to go back and replay the game. I played it 2017 and I played it for a year straight. I had an accident that literally destroyed my back, so I was very immobile for a while. A friend of mine gave me the gift and I kept it, and I played the shit out of it. It was the Witcher collection. It was amazing. I loved every second. I still have it in the living room. It's sitting there right now. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the crap out of that game. I should really go back and just replay the damn thing. But yeah, no, I have no complaints. I absolutely love this game just as much. And you know, the funny part is when I was playing the Witcher game itself, the part that killed me was that I was horrible at Gwyneth. But the problem was, at the time, I just wanted to play the game. I didn't want to play a card game in the middle of a game. So this right here, at least when I'm going in, I know it's a card game. So maybe I need to go back in, because I didn't do any of the trophies involving any of the Gwyneth games. I actually hated all the missions that had to do with Gwyneth. But I think now that I'm a little older, I'm more vested into the franchise. I think it'll be really good for me to go back in and replay that game again. So, but all in all, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me. I am stoked that I finally finished this game. As you guys know, I try to complete as much as I can. I still need to finish Days Gone. I got the controller and I got the headset, so maybe I'll get back to that this weekend. And I'm still gonna keep playing Ori. I don't know how far I am in that game, but this I'll eventually go back and I'll replay it. I don't know if I'll restream it, but I'll definitely play it for fun here and there. Yeah, this was really fun. I dig it. But anyway, I don't have anything else to say for the night. I played 2 games in one afternoon. I need to not sit in a chair. I've been sitting in a chair all day, and I need to stretch and kind of do something else for the evening. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.